Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are at Mirrabooka Bus Station, which is surprisingly actually the hub of so many Ellenbrook Line route changes. So many. There's so many new routes coming here as part of the Ellenbrook Line and connecting over to the Ellenbrook Line stations. It's so weird, even though we're not really that close to there. I'm quite surprised with that aspect of the new bus network, but we're gonna take a look at all the changes in the Ballajura area kind of today, after we did the Morley area last time. So before we do that, let's just look at all the stands here. Of course we have the 370, which is gonna become 970X, and 970, which will be extended to Lansdale on the 376 route. Then we have 354, which will be just renumbered 371, but staying the same. 384 is staying, 960 is staying, no changes to this stuff. Then we have the 376, which is just going to be removed and completely replaced by all the 970 and 970X trips to Lansdale. 970X stops at all the stops after here, so no difference with that. And then 375 and 374 are the next two stands. Those are not being changed at all. The next row we have 377, 415 and 371, which are not being changed, except 371 being renumbered to 9755 frequency and extended to Bayswater, and one small section being changed, as I've mentioned several times. And in the final row we have 67, 68, 652, none of that's changing either. 378, that's a major one, that's being completely removed, replaced by new route 361, which will instead go to Alexander Heights Shopping Centre, and kind of similar but skipping some roads. So I've got a lot of sections to film on that. I'll just film the full route to make sure that's done. That's like the only major route changing here at Mirrabooka Bus Station, and then there's just 371 again in the other direction. The only route that's changing path. So this is the only one we're actually going to be filming in full. As I said, there's not much to film in full for these changes videos. There it is, 30 minutes to Alexander Heights Primary School terminus, not even operating on Sundays. So there's that one. But other than that, you can see not much is changing what there is now, but there's going to be so many new routes coming here. 363, 362, no, not 2. Oh yeah, 2. 362 to Ballajura Station, 361. 360 is actually going to continue as being a Perth to Alexander Heights limited stops, but actually on the current 361 route, which is a bit confusing. And yeah, so many new ones, so that's why Mirrabooka will be a lot busier and have more connections to the Ellenbrook Line. So anyway, let's go look at all those streets which are being changed, especially on 378. Okay, so here we are in Ballajura, and of course very close to Ballajura Station here in Kingfisher Avenue. But this road is a big loop around the part of Ballajura right next to Hepburn Avenue, which is currently served by Route 378 between Mirrabooka Bus Station and Alexander Heights as just a school, which is going to be mostly replaced by Route 361 between Mirrabooka and Alexander Shopping Centre. But this whole loop is actually going to be omitted and removed from the route, so there's like 6 or 7 stops along here completely removed, which is actually so crazy and weird because currently they have service and now they're about to get a train station so close to them, but they're going to lose service all along this road, which is so bad. Why is the 361 no longer looping here? That's very weird. The 378 should be coming down right now. We're going to get a few shots of it along this road. Not the whole thing though. There's so many spots and so many stops as well. I don't want to go to them all. So you'll just see the onboard clip of the 378 coming through as well. So you can see the whole Kingfisher Avenue. All the stops are just random poles like that one here. There's nothing special. You can see that pole just over there, where that car is right now. Where's the one on the other side? There isn't even one. But yeah, we'll see the bus in a second. Okay, here we are on the current loop of route 378, right at the end, to loop around to terminate at the primary school in Alexander Heights. You can see the hills in the distance. It's quite a nice view here. Terrible stops again in the grass. These are all one-directional stops. It's such a weird terminus. Most routes to Alexander Heights terminate at the shopping center, but this 378 just terminates here at the school and has a big one-directional loop at the end, which you will see the onboard clip of. But super old. Look at the sign, bus. That is so old. So this really must have been here a while. It literally goes like right past the terminus before it loops the whole block, including down to Mirrabooka Drive and then back to the terminus. There's also existing routes here on this road, which there will still be routes on this road. So it's just coming up this street that won't be seen anymore. There will still be routes on Mirrabooka Drive as well. And of course the terminus that won't be seen anymore. Off it goes, and right there's another stop that won't be served anymore. Here's another stop in the loop just after it turns up next to the school. Literally just to Alexander Heights. 2015, almost 10 years old, this bus stop as well. Now no longer going looping around the school, and the terminus is just over there. There, that's the terminus stop right there. And here it is, exiting the primary school onto the path which will be served by the new 361, but that road there won't be. Yeah, here's another pair of stops being removed, but this is fully bi-directional, so 16086 and 16087. Alright, here we are at the current 362 terminus in Ballajura, one of the few bus termini which is actually a proper turning loop like this. There's space for the bus to turn around. Even on that side it's got a little extra bit cut out for it to turn around. Marshall Road is just down there, which has the 449 on it, and that becomes Beach Road then. So the 449 actually used to originally also go to here, so there was routes terminating from both directions, and I have a photo of it here. I've put it in one of my videos before, but now it just terminates right there. It's so close, you can just walk there. To here. Here's the full timetable. right now. Nothing is really changing with the path of this route. It's just gonna go from Mirrabooka Bus Station instead, though, not Perth Busport, but all through Ballajura is the same, and then it's being extended to Ballajura train station. Now on this side of the road, they've put a new stop in the little part where it was made to turn around if it needed to, probably only if it's an Arctic. As you can see, which is so weird now because this is instead becoming an embayment for this stop, and it's actually raised up off the road, so that it has to drive up sort of onto the curb to get out of there. Anyway, I'm just gonna film a U-turn here because it probably won't be seen anymore. I don't know if that stop is gonna stay though. If it will, that's such a weird stop. Then it comes down here and then goes in there to pick you up, otherwise it goes past, so he has to spot you there to turn in. And there's the very old U-turn bus sign. It's so faded. This has been a terminus for so long, and now it won't anymore. Here we are at the current 449 terminus stop. 449 is just a straight route on Beach Road, all the way to Warwick Station. It used to terminate around the corner at the 362 terminus in Ballajura, but then they shortened it like in 2021 or something. It's only existed since 2020 to just terminate here one stop earlier on Marshall Road in Malaga. Now it's just being extended to Ballajura Station, which is not much, and made to operate all day, so it'll be a good connection between the Yanchep and Ellenbrook lines. I mean, every day. Gonna operate every day. So here's this desto, Malaga Marshall Road, won't be seen anymore. Will now operate to Ballajura Station even on weekends. There goes 2784, turning left into Giralia Parkway off Bellafin Drive. So the 344 will just be split into two routes. One from Morley to Ballajura Station, which will actually go straight along Bellafin Drive here to the station, and then the other one will, and actually that'll be 351, and then the other one will be 100 numbers more, 451, from Ballajura to Warwick, and turning just over there. These stops will be served by 351. But the stops in here, on this little loop and around to the shop, will no longer be served. Route 362 will still serve the ones here, but the ones in the shop, which you'll see the clip of now, will no longer be served. Here we are in the industrial areas of Malaga. This bus stop is part of the once a day 344 deviation through this industrial area, which I have filmed before, 23495 in one direction only, coming down here because it does a big rectangle. So this one's being removed, as well as the next one down, which I'll show you, but all the other ones are actually getting a way increased service with a whole new route just to serve this industrial area 363, even though it'll only be like 6 or 7 times a day, but it's still more than once a day, between Ballajura Station and Mirrabooka Bus Station, completely different to the current Morley and Warwick. So that'll be interesting to have that route coming through this industrial area. But yeah, that's just, this road won't be served because it'll be bi-directional on the other half of the rectangle. So that stop's being removed, as well as the one up there. You can just go watch the deviation video to see how it goes through here. I'm not going to put it in this video again. Yep, and this one as well, it's so bad. Who put these stickers up here? Completely being vandalized. These stops are in terrible condition. I reported the one at the end of the road because someone didn't get picked up there once because it's fully in the bush. The new route will be right at the end there of the road, 363, not here. We won't be seeing a bus coming through here. There's weekdays only, once a day. So yeah, that's it for here. Okay, we're now here in Lansdale on Huntingdon Parkway. This is where the new route, which will go from Ballajura to Whitford Station, is actually going to come through and then go over to where the 376 is. There's a new stop right there. Here's Kennerton Park. But this section here, this is Haga Parkway. There are 2 stops on Haga Parkway, which the current route 450 serves, which will no longer be served as the 450 will now be extending to Ballajura Station and not terminating here, this random stop in Lansdale and Alexander Drive, which I've made an entire video about because it's such a stupid stop. Thank gosh it's being removed after all this time. Or should I say Kulakarbardi, because the transport app recently got changed to list the stop as Kulakarbardi, which is what it actually is because it's on the opposite side of the road. But that's literally a nothing suburb. There's no one there. It's just a bushland, which is so weird. So that's crazy that it's actually been listed like that. But yeah, that stop actually has a separate bus-only U-turn just for the bus installed there, which is now no longer going to be utilized either. So you'll see the clip of the bus U-turning there and the bus coming down this section of the road being removed. I'll just quickly show you the 2 pairs of stops here being removed. 27540 on this side, 450. But yeah, 450 is still gonna come through Lansdale and most of this area, just not right to the end here. And that little end section on Huntingdon Parkway is served by the new route instead. I think it's 452. I'll put it on the screen if I'm wrong. This has been here since 2016, 9th of October, airport line opening day, no change. 450 to Lansdale, literally just 2 stops down. Let's take a look at the other one. Here's the other pair, just before reaching Alexander Drive, 27539. This is basically the last pair of actual usable bus stops. No one really goes to the terminus because it's so weird. All these are old poles with the old small font from 2016, but one of them, the first one we saw, had the new font. I don't know why they changed that. And 27538 on this side here. Got some nice tactile paving and accessibility, but that's no longer needed to Lansdale on the pole, literally around the corner to the U-turn. Okay, we'll watch it come down here.
Alright, so here's the old 450 terminus, which is the worst terminus of all times because it's literally next to the road here. And there's literally no layer. This is just a layover bay, not a pole, not a single thing. It's just a quick shot of it because no buses will park here anymore. Yeah, so now we'll take it from here. Again, it's gonna be awkward because I need to board here. Oh, 355 at the back. There it goes. You see it driving along, which will be 455 coming up for the same section. Literally the exact same. It's just omitting Ellenbrook Bus Station. So we'll get on board. I'll take a couple of stops to film the withdrawn section. Okay, so driver got pissed. Yes, driver got pissed. He asked me why I'm filming at the random spot. And he also stupidly actually said there's no pickup at that stop up there because there's no poles. Like, bruh, it's showing the app.